Eco Buggy tours offer a great way to get out and explore some of Volusia County's roughly 60 square miles of conservation lands. It doesn't matter if you're Bear Grylls or if you've never been in the woods before in your life. Everyone is invited to join along as Volusia County's top experts lead you through miles of natural Florida at its finest. There's only one guarantee on these trips. You're bound to learn something.
Throughout Florida and Volusia County, we have various types of carnivorous plants. And these carnivorous plants are usually found when the soil is lacking in something or the water is lacking in something. In this bladderwort, you can see these purple flowers sticking up above the water. Is an aquatic carnivorous plant. And throughout here, there's these little air sacs, almost similar to kind of like a Venus flytrap, but underwater. So these are these air-filled sacs that come up, and if something hits them, they're pressurized and they'll close. So we have two more carnivorous plants out here on Deep Creek Preserve that we'll see today. One of them is our hooded pitcher plant. And this hooded pitcher plant is really cool, the different stuff that it has. So on the back here, you can see these white spots on one side. On the front, has a hood that kind of covers over the opening. And then down on the inside, they have all these hairs that are pointed downwards. So as an insect comes, it'll go inside, it'll slide down to the bottom. Those hairs keep it from being able to crawl out real easy. And then these white spots, when the sun hits it, look like openings. So the insects are always trying to crawl out the opposite direction when they're doing that. Our last one that we're gonna check out today is the pink sundew. And as you can see right here, it's really kind of a ground cover. A lot of times when you're just out here hiking on these conservation lands, if you just look down in these little bit soggier areas, and you might find these really cool plants. With these cool plants, if you can kind of see here, there's little dewdrops on the outside. So an insect will come crawling or flying, they'll land, they'll get stuck, and this one can actually consume the entire insect. And they're found almost all over the world, and there's close to 100 different species or more of these sundews throughout the world.
We survived the carnivorous plants and hopped back on the Eco Buggy for more adventure. This time we were in search of ingredients for an ancient medicinal tea used to cure all types of ailments for hundreds of years.
Out here in Deep Creek Preserve, there are some newly planted longleaf pine trees. Longleaf pine trees are native to the southeastern United States, and they can grow to be 115 feet tall and live for 500 years. Matter of fact, Native Americans drank a tea made from the pine needles for centuries. They believed it prevented illnesses, and they also used it to treat coughs and colds. The natives introduced it to the Europeans when they came to combat scurvy, a very deadly disease caused by a vitamin D deficiency. Historians also believe that ancient Chinese Taoist priests used the tea not only for its healing purposes, but also because they believed it slowed the aging process.
If you don't know, now you know. But to actually give it a try, well, we'll leave that up to you to decide. The Eco Buggy was calling our name, with its shaded canopy and promise of beauty, nature, and history. But the truth is, to really get the experience, you gotta check this out in person.
The Eco Buggy is a way to really move around and see large areas of the preserves without having to hike 10 to 12 miles. And it's a great way to just get out there and help explore these areas that you might not be able to make it to on a normal basis. And these programs are available through Explore Volusia, which can be found at www.volusia.org/Explore Volusia. And you can register for programs by calling 386-736-5927.
Out here, time seems to stand still. It's a truly beautiful thing. Around every corner, a new landscape, or maybe a new sound tickling your eardrums. All your senses seem to be heightened. In this video, we just scratched the surface. There are 100 more stories to tell and ways to appreciate and conserve some of our most valuable lands for generations to come.